Colombia is in a legal battle with one of the world's biggest mining companies. U.S.-based Drummond is accused of dumping coal off the country's coast, contaminating waters around the area. Michelle Begue traveled to a major coal port called Santa Marta, where locals are in the middle of a battle for resources.
Gustavo Marquez and his daughter Miladis have lived in Las Playitas, Santa Marta for more than 2 decades. Their small eco-paradise on Colombia's Caribbean coast is now fighting to survive.
We are in chaos, and we are calling SOS. We have some multinationals that are invading our ocean with their coal loading docks. We farmers are being displaced, our economy, our vegetation, everything.
The Marquez family lives between 2 coal loading docks. One mine, Colombia Natural Resources, is owned by the Goldman Sachs, and the other by the U.S.-based mining company Drummond Incorporated. Both companies had to halt coal exports from the country after they couldn't comply with a new environmental law implemented on January 1st by the Colombian government. The old crane and barge method of loading ships was outlawed because of the pollution it caused. In January 2013, environmental activist and lawyer Alejandro Arias published these cell phone pictures on his blog that showed Drummond dumping tons of coal into the Caribbean Sea. The mining company responded by saying it had to dump the coal to prevent its barge from sinking in choppy seas. At the end of 2013, it seemed justice had been served for Santa Marta. The Colombian government issued Drummond a $3.6 million fine. The Ministry of Environment said this is the largest fine ever issued by the country for environmental damage.
In order to bring these people to court and prosecute, the General Prosecutor's Office conducted a study that says it will take 40 years to repair the damage from dumping 1,985 metric tons of coal into the ocean. $3.6 million isn't even enough for 2 months of cleaning.
While Colombia has now changed its environmental laws to prevent these types of disasters, Manuel Mauricio Rodriguez, Colombia's first Minister of the Environment, says the damage is done.
In reality, the money will not compensate for the damage. There is a request now that Drummond restore the beaches, and we will see how it's met. It's clear that the contamination of coal is the main cause for the damage of the beaches.
Colombia's economy is driven by oil and mining. However, it seems this year the government has put the environment first. More than $7 billion in mining investments have stalled in the country because of delays in environmental approvals. Mauricio Rodriguez says the laws are important, but Colombia still has a long way to go.
Unfortunately, we don't have the resources and the technical capacity to do a full control of these mines and a proper approval of the environmental licenses.
Back in Santa Marta, locals hope the case will shed light on the damages caused by coal, not just on the environment, but for those living and breathing around the mine.
Some time ago, my father took some exams, and the x-rays of his lungs showed that they were completely black. The doctor said, "Your father smokes too much," but my father has never smoked in his life. That is the product of the coal.
The coal may not be easy to see in the air, but it can be found settling on all the plants in the area near the docks. This even months after mining operations have halted. Drummond has long denied claims that more than 1,000 employees have occupational illnesses, including black lung disease from long exposure to coal dust. And when reached for further comment on the illnesses, the company declined.
The Prosecutor General has now ordered an evaluation of people near these coal sectors to see if they are affected by the coal dust, because even if the methods of loading coal changes, the coal dust still has its effects.
For activists like Alejandro, each victory is a step towards justice. But does it come with a price? Alejandro Arias has to drive in a bulletproof car and is assigned 2 bodyguards by the Colombian government because of the death threats he has received from taking on a mining giant. Only time will tell if David can beat this Goliath. Michelle Begue, CCTV, Santa Marta, Colombia.